It's an important day at Local Color Farm because we're going to take the soil blocking medium that we mixed up in the last video and try to make soil blocks out of it. Fingers crossed that it's going to work because, as I've said before, I've never done this before. It is another beautiful, snowy, cold day. So I mixed up this grow media in an earlier video, and now we're going to try to put it into action. We're going to be using my 3/4 inch 20 cube micro blocker to start our seeds today. Well, to make some soil blocks. Hopefully they'll work, and then we'll start some seeds. I have a weekly production list that has I don't know if you can see that. It's got quite a few entries. So let's get started. Given that I don't want to mix up too much mix, since I don't really have a good idea of how much I'm actually going to end up using, I'm going to start. I believe that, from what I understand, the proportion is 2 to 1, 2 cups of soil mix to 1 cup of water. We're going to start with 4 cups of growing mix and 2 cups of water. Because there wasn't a lot of moisture in this, it has remained mostly unfrozen. We're just gonna mix everything up in my little, I bought a cement mixing tray because they're inexpensive. I use them as swimming pools for my ducks. And it's pretty big, so I don't have to worry about stuff sloshing out the sides. It is my understanding that you want it pretty wet. Like a drier brownie batter. So let's see how this turns out. Squish that down in there. That looks pretty good. Use my little tool here to make sure things are really nice and smushed in. It's kind of like spreading brownie batter in, honestly. And for the most part, that turned out pretty well. I mean, there are some that are a little deformed, but for a first shot, I'm pretty pleased. But this is definitely one of those practice makes perfect sort of things I imagine from the few ones that I've made so far. Okay, those turned out a lot better. We have a few that are not the best, but for the most part, these are holding together. I'm pretty pleased. I'm finding I really like the soil blocks just because they are so perfect for tiny little seeds. And they're also really, they're space savvy. I mean, I can plant 40 plants just for a visual here. This is a 40 cell plug tray. It takes up significantly more room than this little tray of soil blocks. So my 4 cups of medium yielded 4 trays of 40 blocks. So it's safe to say that we could probably get about a 40 block tray per cup of medium. Which is cool, because now I know how much I need to mix up every time. Now that I know how many soil blocks each cup yields, I can go through my production list and calculate how many cups of soil blocks mix I'm gonna have to mix up in order to do half of my production list. So I need 40, 40, 40. So 40, 80, 120, 160, 240 soil blocks to get through the first third of this week's production list. All right, let's get blocking. My goal is to get first half of my production list finished and started today, and then I'll do the other half tomorrow. This is probably one of my heaviest days of starting. This is my heaviest week, rather. This is one of my heaviest weeks of starting cold winter annuals, or cold to hardy annuals, because I have to get the first full batch ready to go. And that's a lot of plants. Not to mention I have some slow growing perennials I'd like to get started too this week. Oh no! Go back, little soil block! And there you have it. 360, so a complete circle, I don't know, 360 little tiny cubes of soil onto which I can plant my seeds. Thanks for stopping by, and stick around and let's see how this garden grows.